So my phone died.
Yeah, we had a couple of, just a little technical difficulty. We're gonna go
So
back
all
over
those dating sites I'm on, like Bumble and
Bumble.
Tinder and all that stuff. Yeah, it killed my phone. So that's what I'm blaming it on.
Bumble.
Oh, I shouldn't be telling you guys this information. Don't try to look me up. All right? I'm not interested.
So we're gonna go back over the keto just in case we lost it. So you wanna take it from the top?
Yeah. So keto.
Let's just go like what your experience with keto was.
So I tried keto. It was about this time last year. Was my first time trying keto. The first week or so was pretty miserable. I'm not gonna lie. It was hell because your body's so used to using glucose as energy, and you have to transfer it over to using ketones for energy. So the first week was miserable, but as soon as my body actually transitioned to using ketones as energy, my energy levels were stable. I never had like a dramatic drop in glucose. I know when you're doing like a moderate carb diet or even carb cycling, you get these drops in your glucose levels, and it usually alters your mood. You usually get kind of anxious and irritable. So with the keto, my energy levels weren't as high, but they were stable. And I noticed also with keto, it helped my joints as far as lubrication goes. So I'm guessing the higher fats from the avocado, coconut oil, the nuts I was eating helped with my lubrication in my joints. So there's benefits to it, but I would say being on keto for about eight weeks, so about 2 months is max. It's a short term, not a long term for most people. So it's just one of those diets to where it works. It works for a short amount of time. Whether you have a goal like you're going on vacation in a couple months, or you're getting ready for a wedding or a high school reunion or a bodybuilding competition. Yeah, for a short term, I would prefer doing keto personally. But as far as like a lifestyle goes, I would still stick to the moderate carb, maybe carb cycling, because if you think about it, life evolves around eating. Whether it's going out with your friends, whether it's attending a birthday cake, eating, that's very important. So if you wanna go ahead.
One thing that I would say about keto, I would never tell somebody not to do it or anything, but just what he was talking about helped me develop a new perspective for it. I would call it an extended cleanse. That's just going off of what I know about it, like how it was developed. It was developed for cancer, which, by the way, there's actually some cancers that will not respond to keto. They've discovered those now. Anyway, I digress. But I would consider it an extended cleanse. It is a good way to start a new lifestyle. It's a good way to start getting into healthier dieting, healthier forms of dieting, or having a healthier diet, because like what we said, it's not a noun, it's a verb.
Getting your metabolism back to normal.
Getting your metabolism back to normal. It really does clean out your system, and I haven't found anybody that's been able to stay on it without a break, without a reset. Like, I do know people that will stay on it for like 3 months, about 90 days or so, and then they'll be off for a couple of weeks or even maybe a full month, and then they'll cycle that way. Or they'll do what's known as like keto during the week, and then on the weekend, which is kind of more like carb cycling. Like, they'll go keto during the week, and then on the weekends they'll eat like a normal diet. I wouldn't go that route. I haven't experienced that or worked with the person who talked about that, but that just sounds hard on the body to me.
It's the worst, and that's how I started my keto diet. I would go about 5 to 6 days eating clean, just strictly keto, and then I have a cheat meal, and that reset to go back to your body using ketones is for energy is horrible. It's like starting all over again. So, yeah, anytime you're doing keto, make sure you go for a long period of time before you actually take a reset or start all over, because it's hell going back into the keto phase. So.
Alright, so now we're just transitioning to the next question. What do you think?
The next question. I mean, this is a touchy subject, but I feel like we need to address it. We need to talk about it. So.
Herbalife. What are our thoughts on Herbalife? How do we feel about it? And all of that. You want to go first, or you want me to go?
You go ahead and give your input on it first. I'm gonna let him go. He might get his head cut off or whatever, but
man, all right. So, as far as like the product itself and everything, I won't even dive into that too much. But just me personally, I'm not big on supplements. I'm just not. I don't care if it's Herbalife, if it's whatever Athlean X sells. I forgot what he calls it. I'm just not big. Like, I believe in whole foods. I believe in getting your energy from real foods. Supplementation is important as far as like like iron supplements. It's with American food, it's hard to get all of your iron in, your zincs. Like those are supplementations that I do believe in. And
so let's say I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So let's say you have you're eating whole foods throughout your day, right?
Right.
Something comes up. Let's say you spill your food, or you wasted a meal. Would you use a protein shake?
I would not.
Okay, you would not. Okay.
I would not.
What would you do to replace that meal?
I'd go cook another meal.
Cook another. Let's say. Let's say. You have no access to a kitchen. You have no access to.
Here's how much I do not believe in supplementation. I do believe in fasting. I do believe in the power of fasting, not just but like spiritual use, reset use. It cleans the body. When you're cleaning your body, you're not only cleaning it in the material, but you're cleaning it in the spiritual. So I would rather skip that meal. I would take it as a sign that I wasn't meant to eat that day, than get some Herbalife. And I'm not just saying Herbalife. I won't just say Herbalife, but I wouldn't even if somebody offered me a protein or anything. Like, I don't even do pre-workout. My pre-workout, if I do, is like a watermelon or cantaloupe. Is a watery fruit. That's what I use for pre-workout. I just believe in the power of food. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want my body to get used to being fueled by something that can disappear. Let's just say for whatever reason Herbalife or It Works or whatever other big company there is shuts down. Your body's been used to being fed that, and now you're going to take it away. If you think that's not going to affect your body, you got another thing coming. Like, your body got used to being fueled in that manner. And there's a difference between It Works, Herbalife, and all of those. Like, let's just say, like, they all have a protein powder, they all have a protein shake. Those protein shakes are going to affect your body differently. Your body's going to break them down differently. The compounds that are used, while they're 90% different, 90% the same, that 10% difference, or even if they're 98% the same, that 2% difference, it does have an effect on you. And I just don't want to open myself up to that.
So another question for you. So each of the proteins that you name are different. You say, there's a little bit of difference between each protein.
Like the GNC
but same goes for meat, right? So if you got meat from Crest this week, and you got meat from Sprouts this week.
I'm glad you brought that up.
You got meat from Walmart this week.
Right. I try to actually shop at the same places. Like, I'm glad you said Crest. That's one of my favorite places to shop. I go to them for my pistachios, almonds. I try to, and now they have organic veggies. I buy my organic veggies from them. But when I do have the option, and this is where it does get a little different, is I try to go to like farmers markets, which I haven't been able to do in quite some time, which has been kind of a bummer. But So I do shop at like the same place.
Okay.
So
All right.
that is a good point. I actually do think that you should shop at the same place because like what you're saying, the meat's coming from a different farm and this and that. I try to stay away from Walmart's meats just because it's Walmart.
Yeah, hey, those rollover prices though.
So what are your thoughts on Herbalife
my
itself?
thoughts.
And
Okay. This is my stance.
I do
on
have more to
Herbalife.
say on that too. So.
Okay. The product is a good product. You know, I'm a bodybuilder, so I do tend to use quite a bit of supplements as far as like, pre-workout, your proteins, sometimes some creatine, a good multivitamin. And this is my deal with Herbalife. There's a time and a place for protein shakes, especially, like I said, me being a bodybuilder. So normally I choose whole foods over any kind of supplement, all the time. Whole foods over shakes, 100% of the time if I could. But there are those situations, or there are those times where I'm not as hungry, but I do need, I try to get in a meal, or I forgot something, so I do implement shakes when it comes to when it comes to time to use the shake. And Herbalife, I mean, you've seen the prices on their, supplements, right? That's where I run into it. First of all, like I said, I use whole foods over shakes, but when it is time to supplement in a shake, I usually get something more cost friendly because, I'm not going to spend, what is it, $80, $80?
It's pretty.
$90 on a small bottle of protein.
I think the last time it's been I think it's been a year since I've talked to a distributor or anything, but I think it broke down to like $6 or $10 a meal.
$6 or $10 a meal.
Somewhere in there.
You know what type of grilled chicken, broccoli, rice meal you can have for that amount of money? You can have 6 ounces of chicken, 3.5 cups of rice,
We
and
sell
3.5
meals up
cups
here.
of broccoli.
We sell meals up here, Whole Foods, full, cooked for you, already
What is
prepped.
it, $8 to $10 a meal?
$8 to $10 a meal.
So
Some
there you
real
go.
food.
So there you go. And I'm not knocking Herbalife. I mean, like I said, it's a good, profitable, company if that's the route you want to take. And there's a lot of good people in Herbalife.
I know a lot of good people.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad people in Herbalife that do
Shout out to Madison's Mad Fit.
So either, I mean, we're not, here to dog on Herbalife. We're just saying, we believe in whole foods over, any kind of supplement. So,
Yeah.
but like, for the people that, believe in Herbalife 100%, kudos to y'all. That's just our belief. So.
Yeah. And then one thing that I will say is if you're going from eating McDonald's, Burger King, and peanut butter sandwiches all the time to, now you're getting Herbalife, or not just Herbalife, but now you're using supplements instead of eating those fast foods, you're gonna see a difference. You're gonna see results. Now, if you take and you do that same thing, but instead of doing Herbalife, you start eating the whole foods, you're also going to see a difference and you're going to see results. You're improving upon your nutrition. So just take that all into consideration and all into account. Like, they're not lying to you when they're showing you the results that people are getting, but don't forget, like, there's been
the word supplement.
Yeah.
They call it a supplement for a reason.
Yes,
Okay?
you're supplementing your natural diet, your whole food diet.
Exactly. So, I wanted to touch on what he was just talking about. Herbalife is a good product. If you're going from one lifestyle to another, it's a good transition also. Some people can't even afford to eat, 6 to 7 times a day, and a shake, 1 scoop of protein might be a better, investment money-wise than, you know, 10-ounce piece of steak or something. I mean, you got to look at it in all aspects. You know, whether you're, and you could have a job to where you can only eat 2 whole meals, you know, throughout the day. So, you know, there's a time and a place for, you know, shakes and stuff like that, and it don't have to be Herbalife. To me, you know, although they do have a good product, and you know, I've seen people get great results from it. There's also other options besides Herbalife. So,
Just going off of just talking about supplements and everything all together, like I get clients all the time that ask me, what supplement should I take? What supplement should I take? And I just ask them, my question to them is, what does your diet look like? And then they'll start telling me, well, you know, I eat this. Somebody was like, well, you know, I eat McDonald's all the time, this and that. I was like, look, clean up your diet first. Then come back to me and ask me what supplements you should take. Because if you don't have a clean diet, you're wasting your money on supplements. You're wasting $80 on a bottle this big that you could use that $80 to eat real food, and you'll get the same results from that. But you'll be eating real food. You'll feel more satisfied. You'll feel more full. Your $80 will probably go further. It's just supplementation is it's just that. You got to supplement a good diet.
You got to remember, this is a lifestyle. This is not, you know, tomorrow. This is not, you know, next month. It's a lifestyle. So, you know, although that $80 investment may seem like a good deal at the time, what are you going to continue to do longer, more consistent? Are you going to continue to eat whole foods like grilled chicken, you know, rice, broccoli, or are you going to continue drinking shakes? My bet is you're going to continue eating those whole foods way longer than you are going to continue taking those shakes.
And even those of you right now that are thinking, oh, what about creatine? You know, it's not good. You start eating right, your body, like, you're not going to need that creatine supplement. That creatine supplement, once, like, if you get your diet right, you're still working out, you're doing all this, you're going to see changes. And once your diet's clean, if you still feel like you want that creatine supplement, then it's a whole new ball game.
Like I said, this goes back to it being just a supplement. And I'm in an extreme sport, bodybuilding. You do MMA, right?
Yes, sir.
We get to the point, well, especially in bodybuilding, we get to the point to where, okay, let's say my competitor is doing all that he can to win, and I'm doing all that I can to win. Okay, so we're eating all of our foods, we're getting optimal amount of sleep, we're drinking a gallon and a half of water. So okay, then we start adding supplements. Okay, what can I do to be this much better than my competitor? So that's a great way to utilize the supplements.
Yes, exactly. That's actually one reason why I stay away from supplements is, and I'm not saying you're not natural. Just me personally, when I think natural, I think non-supplements, most people, you know, it's not steroids or anything of that. That's what they think natural. I just think eating natural whole foods. This is because I've seen the power in supplements, legal supplements, natural supplements they don't have any of the hidden steroid effects. So that's just another reason why I choose to kind of stay away from them. It's just a personal belief of mine that has nothing to do with what I'm going to push on. I don't push that on to anybody at all. Like that's just something that I believe, because like what he was saying, that gives you that little extra added edge, and especially when you have everything else right, those supplements you're hitting a whole new ball game, and they'll take you to a whole new level. They really will. They'll help. I mean, from everything from, you know, shedding off that extra body fat, putting on the extra 2 pounds of muscle that you've been looking for, that extra energy that you need to help recover from that workout that just tore you down. Yep. But you don't get that same effect to the same level if your diet is crap. Now you're just fighting your diet. Now you're just balancing out. Like if your diet is a C and you're taking A supplements, you got a B diet. If your diet is at A plus, and you take those supplements, you're in a whole new level. You're on the S. You know, your GPA is not even a 4.0 anymore. You know, that 4.5. You got all those extra credits. Can't get that with a bad diet, though. Nope. That's the most important thing. That's the takeaway that I want you to get from there. Get your diet clean. and then worry about your supplements.
100% on the diet, no half-assing,
Yeah.
you're gonna get great results. Full range of motion going all the way down on squats, no half reps, you're gonna get better results.
Yes, full range of motion, please.
Going all the way in and not halfway in, ask your girlfriend or your wife. You're gonna get better results.
You extra for that one, but he ain't wrong. He ain't lying. That's a good way of putting it. Hey, better results.
Put it out there. Hey, they need to know. Y'all need
better
to know.
results. Hey, hey, that's a part of life that. I mean, a lot of us are just working out just for that. You know, we want them ladies to notice,
Yep.
or we want the men to notice,
Exactly.
or so
Whatever
just that
motivates
confidence.
you. Just remember, have a, if you have some sort of motivation, whether it's women, men, bodybuilding competitions,
Just
MMA
don't want to
fights,
get bullied,
yeah,
whatever it may be.
remember, the diet is most important. There's a time and place for supplements, but you got to have everything else in line for those supplements to actually, give you that extra edge or whatever. And like him, he's all natural. He believes in getting his energy from watery fruits. So, and with the sport that he's in, there's a lot of supplements out there that claim to have, be a creatine product, but might have a trace of something else in it that might make him pop.
People get popped for it all the time. John Jones.
Exactly. Jones.
That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story. But yeah, so so I get his side of it too. You want to keep your body optimal and also keep it as natural as possible. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I was, talking about percentage. Man, look, diet, you gotta go 100% on your diet, and exercise, you gotta go 100% on your exercise. There's no 80, 20, 50, 50. No, you gotta put in 200%.
Exactly.
200% to get the results you want. You're never gonna out-train a bad diet, and an excellent diet is never gonna get you the body that putting in that hard work under the barbell is gonna get you.
Exactly.
They'll both take you so far, but you'll never come all the way to the pinnacle without going 100% on both.
Yep.
Man, had a
All
lot
right,
of
guys,
fun.
It's cool. Like I said, we'll be doing this
I think we got time Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, let's do it Wednesday.
Okay.
So every Monday for sure at 12 to 1 o'clock, depending on our schedules, and then Wednesday.
Wednesday for this week. It'll kind of play it by ear during the week, but it'll be every Monday, all the time.
And Wednesday, what time you want to do Wednesday?
12:30, I believe.
Okay, we'll do around 12:30 on Wednesday. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, just comment below, and we will have it on our next podcast. So.
All right.
TDM.
TDM.
So before we go, let's touch on this subject. TDM. What does TDM stand for?
Man, we've been trying to work that out. So hey, y'all can help us out as well. Right now
it's basic. Kind of like Starbucks and white girls. But
it's
I'm just playing, y'all. That's a joke. Don't take me serious right now. But so.
Man, it's just gonna be our little. We're trying to come up with a catchphrase. So if y'all can help us out, we'd appreciate that. We want a little catchphrase for TDM. Talioto, that's my own personal catchphrase that I want y'all to grasp onto. Embrace that Talioto lifestyle. Decision makers, they already kind of got their little aspect of it. Y'all
All
take
it takes
it away
is that
from
one
us.
decision. So.
Man, but yeah. So y'all help us come up with the catchphrase for TDM. We've been pondering it. Like kind of what we were talking about this morning. Like TD stands for touchdown. So we're just that kind of stuff. Like get the job done type deal. So if y'all come up with something, y'all let us know. But we'll be at it. So y'all have a good week. We'll see y'all Wednesday.
Peace. Deuces.